In the history of soul and funk music, some groups become household names, while others become legends among collectors. And then, there are those rare artists whose music never truly disappears, even if the spotlight did. In the early 70s, as Motown dominated the radios, as Philadelphia soul conquered the charts, and as funk exploded across America, a gifted group from Los Angeles quietly created some of the most sophisticated grooves of the era. Their harmonies was flawless, their musicianship was extraordinary, and their influence was stretched far beyond their commercial success. This is the story of one of Los Angeles' most overlooked musical treasures. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Creative Source. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The Los Angeles music scene of the late 60s was bursting with creativity. Soul music was evolving, funk was emerging, and young black musicians throughout Southern California were searching for their own identity. Unlike Detroit's Motown machine or Philadelphia polished soul sound, Los Angeles offered freedom. Artists experimented, genres blended, and boundaries disappeared. It became the perfect environment for groups like Creative Source. The group was formed in 1972 by several veterans of the West Coast recording studios. They was managed by Ron Townsend, who was a member of the Fifth Dimension. The group consisted of Barbara Berryman, Barbara Lewis, Don Riot, Steve Flanagan, and Celeste Rose. Barbara Lewis was previously a member of the Elgins, while Don Riot was a member of the 50s vocal group The Fortunes and the Colts. He also worked with Nat King Cole. Creative Source began as a vocal group with remarkable versatility. Their members possessed strong vocal abilities and deep musical instincts. From the beginning, they refused to limit themselves. They could sing soul, funk, R&B, jazz-influenced arrangements, and dance music. This flexibility quickly separated them from many of their peers. Their sound was polished, sophisticated, yet deeply soulful. As their reputation grew, Creative Source signed with Success Records. The label already enjoyed success with artists who blended commercial appeal with artistic credibility. For the group, the deal represented opportunity. At last, they would have a platform, a chance to bring their music to a national audience. Throughout the early 70s, the group began releasing music that showcased their unique blend of soul and funk. Their recordings featured rich harmonies, tight rhythm sections, sophisticated arrangements, and memorable hooks. Audience immediately noticed. Their records became favorites in clubs and on soul radio stations across the country. One of the group's most enduring records was their interpretation of You Can't Hide Love, which peaked 114 on the pop charts and number 48 on the R&B charts. The song demonstrated something that made the group special. Years later, the song would go on to gain even greater recognition when it was associated with other major acts. But Creative Source version remains the masterpiece in its own right. They go on to release 4 albums in 3 years, including their debut album that peaked 152 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 21 on the R&B charts. Migration that peaked number 28 on the R&B charts. Pass the Feeling On that peaked number 49 on the R&B charts and Consider the Source. During the group's time, they had some charted singles such as Who Is He? That peaked number 69 on the pop charts and number 21 on the R&B charts.
Who is he and what is he to you?
You're Too Good to Be True that peaked number 108 on the pop charts and number 88 on the R&B charts.
You're too good, baby. I'm so in love with you. You're too good, baby.
Migration that peaked number 62 on the R&B charts. and Passive Feeling that peaked number 92 on the R&B charts.
But my mind's been in chains.
The secret weapon of Creative Source was their harmony. Their vocal arrangements was more remarkably sophisticated. Each singer understood how to support the group rather than overpower it. This approach created a sound that felt rich and complete. Their harmonies became their signature, and music lovers noticed. Despite their talent, the music industry could be unforgiving. Creative Source faced challenges familiar to many gifted artists: limited promotion, changing trends, and intense competition. Sometimes success depends on the factors beyond the music itself, and unfortunately, great musicianship was not always enough. Through the years of releasing unsuccessful songs and albums, the group lost their recording contract and disbanded in 1977. Today, Creative Source influence can still be heard. Their harmonies inspire vocal groups, their grooves inspire producers, and their recordings remain favorites among collectors worldwide. What was once overlooked has become appreciated. Not every group becomes a superstar. Not every influential artist wins awards. Sometimes the true measure of success is longevity. The ability to create music that survives long after the trend disappears. And Creative Source achieved exactly that. They gave listeners elegance, soul, funk, and authenticity. This story reminds us that music history is filled with hidden treasures, and among those treasures, Creative Source remains one of LA's finest. A forgotten name to some, and a beloved name to others. A timeless chapter in the story of American soul and funk music. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Creative Source? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.